And welcome back to another episode of the Anime Review Show here on the Otaku Crypt. Today I am joined by longtime friend and actual original host on the Otaku Crypt, Tom K. He is a host over at the GamePad where he's doing Let's Plays and all kinds of fun stuff. We're going to be doing something later in the month for Killer is Dead because we both enjoy Katakawa silliness.
Very nice.
But, so today it's just going to be a quick review and kind of a little more of a discussion since Tom is here and we became otaku together, so it felt right to have him here for this. So, in the midst of moving, the crypt is actually moving.
Kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same.
End of an era. It won't actually be in a basement anymore. Well, it will for a little while, but nonetheless. So, I've been moving, so I haven't really had the time to watch a show that you can really pay attention to. When you're dealing with a show that's, 20 to 24 episodes, your usual time frame, you kind of have to pay attention to everything so you're not missing anything. So I decided maybe I'll put on something long form that I can kind of half watch and still enjoy. So there's one that's been on my list for a while, and that was Fairy Tail. So, with Fairy Tail, right off the bat, if you have ever watched anything that was pulled from the pages of Shonen Jump, this is going to look very familiar. In fact, I had a fear that this was just going to be One Piece with magic, and I was pleasantly surprised to find out it is not. It just looks like One Piece, and I can't help it because it's the same animators. But, so Fairy Tail deals with a fictional kingdom called Fior, where magic is ingrained into everyone's lives, and wizards, who are part of wizard guilds, will accept jobs involving, magical creatures and spells, for money. It's like in any game where you have the request board. They actually have the request board in their guilds. But this focuses on a particular guild called the Fairy Tail Guild, and its various members. So we are first introduced to our main characters, and I do say main characters because this show does not really focus on any one in particular, which I found to be really cool. So we meet our main characters, Lucy and Natsu in the first episode. Natsu is a fire mage. He is actually raised by a dragon, so I was sold right there. That was amazing. And Lucy, who is your kind of way too perfect proportion girl, is a summoner of sorts. She summons creatures based on zodiac signs and with keys, which is cool.
There's always got to be that one character that's got that shit.
Yeah, there's always an eye candy character, and things from Shonen Jump are notorious for it because Shonen Jump is the magazine for boys. Like, that's actually what Shonen means.
I still have volume 1 of Shonen Jump. How old do you think I feel?
We were having that discussion earlier. But anyway, so Fairy Tail just kind of jumps right into it right away. We only have like 2 episodes that are, 1 episode introductory arcs before we actually get into like 6 episode major events. It jumps right into it. It's not like 10 episodes of build up. And the other thing I found really great, that even though this is a long-running series, we don't take forever to meet our characters. It's like within 5 episodes, we meet the team. We meet Natsu the Fire Mage, Lucy the Summoner, Gray the Ice Mage, and my new anime love, Urza, who is the Combat Mage. She summons armor and weapons, and she is just so cool. I am in love, and she's a redhead. My weakness for redheads. So, and it is honestly just like, it's worth watching. But remember, like I said, this is a long-form show. This show is running around 135 episodes right now if you're watching them subbed. So this is going to be kind of a long-term investment, which is also good and not good, and that's going to be the second part of this discussion. But first, I'm just going to give a recommendation to Fairy Tail. Give it a watch. It is actually very different from Shonen Jump shows that you've normally seen. It is its own thing, and it's great. It's fun to watch. It kind of has those old Saint Seiya elements of like charge and attack and exchange blows, but at the same time it's a little more dynamic and cool.
It makes it feel a little nostalgic.
It is like playing on nostalgia a little bit, and I think it's great. It's definitely worth a watch. But so then the second part of this video I want to talk about was just long form series in general. And I think we could all probably agree our first super long one was Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball for me.
You did original, that's right.
Original
I came in on Dragon Ball Z. But, so just quickly, your experience with Dragon Ball. Like, why did you invest so much time in that many episodes?
Well, I just love it because, you know, at the time I was little, I was super huge into Power Rangers and what was it? Superhuman Samurai Fighting Squad, if anybody remembers that show at all.
Beetleborgs.
Beetleborgs. Hell yeah, Beetleborgs. I still have the fucking action figures of those. I still do, and I got the little the communicator thing. I still have that. But anyways, I was into all these fighting shows, and Dragon Ball happened to come along on YTV as well. And so I started watching that, you know, found Goku to be a real funny character, and I just loved all the shenanigans that they would get into, and the fact that the fighting was actually a lot of fun for me to watch as a kid.
I think right there, like Dragon Ball especially played on the idea of like, these were like kids and teenagers on a grand adventure.
Yeah.
Which like, you know, us being stuck in school with kind of a humdrum life, like that was escapism a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And eventually, I don't know why, but they stopped playing Dragon Ball on YTV for quite a few years, and I was like, well, when's it up? It's not playing? Why? What do I do now?
Yeah.
Oh, new Power Rangers. Okay, that's cool. But Dragon Ball, come on. And so I waited a while, and then I was flipping through the channels, went back onto YTV, and I was like, wait, do I see what I think I see? Is that Goku? He looks different.
He's all growing up.
He's all grown up. And what? Oh, he punched down a tree. Awesome.
And thus the return.
And thus the return, and I was actually a little more excited than what I was showed right now. I was very excited to see Goku back and to continue watching his adventures and kick some ass. And then the Super Saiyan sagas.
This is where I was going to say why I got into Dragon Ball Z, is Dragon Ball Z always had what in my adult years and having read way too much, the Deus Ex moment, where it's the moment that something's going to snap and he's going to instantly become better and win. And in the case of the Super Saiyan, it was dramatic visual transformation, and I just loved that moment.
Isn't that also kind of similar to what was it, Jean-Claude Van Damme syndrome?
That's a new thing that we have, and that very much pertains to long form series stuff. I'm going to mention that right now. A little term that we coined is, if you ever watched old Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, like in the final fight he would always get like beat to within an inch of his life before like the music played and he got up and won. And we're going to ask to you, my lovely crypt dwellers, is that not Naruto? Is that not Ichigo?
Yeah.
Like, is that not Luffy? They get beat to within an inch of their life, and then like they stand up, and the music swells, and it's like, no, I'm gonna do this, and then they unleash the mega move that wins.
Now that you mention it, yeah, they do that a lot.
I would say, I think Ichigo has it the worst, because he has moments where he goes like near catatonic and other things happen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely like that is a theme in long-running series.
Yeah.
Just because like they're in a long-running show, like you pretty much know your antagonist is not gonna die because
Otherwise,
they want more show.
Wouldn't be that
They
long.
want more show. That's right. And that's just a device they use. It's also like why they use filler. Like they want a show to keep going on, and you don't want to catch up to a story too. Like you don't want to be like holding off to make episodes while the manga catches up.
Yeah.
So that's why filler was invented. You know, we all complain and we hate on it, but at the same time, like in our older years, we understand why. We understand what production is. We understand that TV stations need to fill time slots. So it gets excused, but not completely forgiven. We'll say.
However, some of the filler can be rather entertaining at times.
I know a lot of people who really enjoyed the Sanpakuto arc in Bleach, where all the Sanpakutos got like human forms and they had to re-defeat them and claim them as their own again.
Well, see, that would be interesting too, because then you can actually see
Yeah, it was, and I think that's why people liked it. It was like a well-written arc, and it played on something that was part of the lore. But yeah, for the most part, like, this is why I've really gotten into like watching simulcasts, and like I'm streaming everything via Netflix and Crunchyroll, so I am paying for my stuff, people. But like, I will purposely, like, say with Naruto Shippuden, I'm still watching it because a lot of it is still cool, but I am, like, if I know I'm on filler episodes, I will wait for weeks and then check my queue to see, like, when it's getting back to the story. Like, that is, like, an advantage of simulcasting that you have, that you can skip filler if you want, like, from the get-go. But, at the same time, kind of a question I want to pose to you and to Tom here, when's enough enough? Do you got like a number, or is it like when it feels stale and the fan base drops off, you just let it go?
See, that's kind of a weird question for me, because there is no real answer for that, in my opinion. Because if there is a fan base that strong, that is willing to keep watching episode after episode and still finding it interesting, then I don't think it really matters how long it is, as long as it's still appealing to the main fan base. However, what I don't particularly care for is if they do that and their ideas start to run stale and they start rehashing old ideas, or like say, yeah, we killed this major bad guy, and then all of a sudden, 2, 3, 5 arcs later, he comes back again, and you're like, hey, what's up? I'm back. I'm like, okay, here we go again.
So let me just say, have you been keeping up with Naruto Shippuden at all?
No, I haven't.
You will hate where they are right now.
See, to me, it's kind of like, I guess you can kind of call it Naraka syndrome from Inuyasha.
Yeah, that guy never died.
He never died. They killed him off, or supposedly.
They killed him 5 times.
I thought it was more.
Who knows? I love it when they set up the movie as like, we killed him for good this time.
We killed him for good, and then he comes back.
He pops right back up before the credits.
Hey! And that's kind of what I have a problem with.
Yeah, so you might not want to watch Naruto Shippuden at all right now. They, there's the reanimation jutsu.
I didn't know that. It's been a while.
You remember in the invasion of Konoha when Orochimaru resurrects the 3 Hokage?
I do remember that.
Kabuto did that to everybody they ever fought.
Wait, didn't they do this in Dragon Ball Z?
I don't know.
I thought they did that in Dragon Ball Z.
So yeah, that's where Naruto Shippuden is right now.
Wow.
So we might call Naruto Shippuden a little stale then.
Yeah.
But,
a little bit.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, they did that right before unveiling the big villain. So it was oh, come on, oh, holy crap. So, Crypt Dwellers, that's just like a bit of lovely nerd banter on the subject of a long-running show. Final question, like, favorite long-running show? Like, one that you're like, to this day, like, even if you were mad at it then, you'll still say you love it now.
Still, even though it's been done over and over again, I still gotta say Dragon Ball.
First Dragon Ball. Yeah. So the original, like, the basically Journey to the West Dragon Ball. Yeah.
Like, it's just so classic.
Yeah.
So much nostalgia to it. I love it.
Yeah. I honestly to this day will probably say Bleach. Because I thought those characters, it's amazing how much it took a long time, but those characters grew, and it still had moments that excited me, even 300 episodes in.
Is Bleach still running?
Bleach the manga is still running, the anime is finished or on hiatus until the manga comes.
I was gonna say, that still brings back good high school memories.
Oh yeah, Bleach got popular when we were in high school.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yep, we're old men otaku here.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely Bleach, and just because it had everything everything that my mind could conceive as being fantastic, it was in it. You wore amazing, you had an amazing outfit, even though everybody kind of had the same one. The idea of sentient swords, being such a fantasy fan, sentient swords were such a big deal, and the fact that everybody important had one. And like because I'm the guy who latches onto the details, I like loved that like everybody like had like they had a squad, they had people, and then all their swords had names. Like, and I'm just that fiend for details. So
yeah, personalities too, right? The swords have personalities.
Exactly. If you got to meet the sword's like own soul, you got to. It was really cool. So yeah, Bleach for me still to this day. With Saint Seiya probably being a close second, even though it like there's a lot to make fun of there, and I will make fun of it too.
It was still good.
It's great.
I still remember on YTV as well, just listening to the theme song.
Oh, that was when they did it as Knights of the Zodiac.
Oh yeah.
That was terrible.
That still brings back good memories for me.
Alright, so that is all I have for you this week, Crypt Dwellers. Just like I said, I am moving, so there is all kinds of chaos. So reviews might be late, and Fan Expo is this weekend. I'll be there on Sunday. I'm gonna try and meet some of my favorite online people while I'm there. And
you better take lots of video.
I will do my best to take lots of video. So we will see you next time, and thanks to Tom K for joining me today. I will add a annotation here for his channel GamePad. He is always doing all kinds of great horror movie stuff. He's a master of like gaming atmosphere, I will give him that. Night vision with Fatal Frame, you couldn't pay me to do it. You could not pay me to do it.
Sure you don't want to try?
I had laughing twins and butterflies nightmares for so long because of that game.
Oh yeah, I remember that time we played.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely go check out his stuff. Give him a like and subscribe as with us, and we will see you next time, Crypt Dwellers.
Take care, everybody.